Hello, all you lovely demons. Welcome to another episode of the Crushed and Pressed podcast. It is I,
He calls them
John.
demons. Sorry. What? Hi, John. I'm Ange.
This is the first episode of our new season, season 5.
Yay. We made it.
We did it, you guys. We made it through 2020.
Can you imagine? Can you believe? Jeez Louise.
A wild ride.
That
was
what
the
a
longest
bananas of a
decade
year.
ever.
Yeah, no. Jeez Louise. I'm still getting over the fact you call them demons. Thank you. I was waiting for, hey, friends. Hey, demons.
Signature intro.
I like it. It's very nice. Hey, and this is my first time, I think, that I've noticed that we have the new layout and everything that y'all did, because I missed the Thursday one that you and Flip did. So I'm looking at it now and I'm like, oh, look at the little pink and blue squares. We're pretty. It's like a stand-up comedy night.
You know, I think you might be right. Yeah, we're switching it up. Variety.
I know. That's fancy. Okay, John. So, what are you drinking and what have you been up to?
Oh, man. I am drinking coffee out of this awesome mug that Flip made for me for Christmas.
That's cool.
I'm tired because I get up at 4:20 in the morning.
No.
And, oh, yeah, Flip's not here with us, everybody. She's feeling a little under the weather, so hopefully she'll be back with us Thursday. You got to put up with me instead.
Hey, it's fine.
Calling everybody little demons.
Yeah. Do all of your, when I hear people saying thoughts and prayers, send all your thoughts and prayers, Care Bear style. Hold hands with your friends, send good energy out of your belly button toward Flip. We want her better.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Not feeling great. But my week has, oh man, it's been like 2 weeks since we've seen everybody, isn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
We took holidays.
Yes. Hope everybody had a good, happy holiday. My Christmas was good. Spent a lot of time at home, chilling. Got, 3 days off from work in a row, so that was nice. Got to sleep in one day. My body didn't know what to do. Started another new podcast. Started another new video game. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Letterkenny, the show?
Yes. It's
Why
great.
did nobody tell me that this show existed and that it was so funny? I can't stop watching it.
I'm trying to think. We found it before I found Schitt's Creek. And then I found Schitt's Creek and went, oops, here I go.
Is that like the same thing?
No, not even a little bit.
Okay.
It just, as far as like having a following, that kind of, yeah.
So how was your 2 weeks been? What are you drinking?
I am drinking water out of a Selena cup again, because that's my new MO. And I have a bad habit now. I've got 2 Selena cups sitting on my table because I own 4. But so far, so I've got 2 of them.
Nothing wrong with that.
Thank you. No, Christmas was good. Again, stayed home with the hubs and the dogs. I would say, did I tell everybody here that we took in a Great Dane? I don't know if I remember telling anybody this. It was a while back.
Yeah. You've had her for almost a month, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been, yes. Yeah, it's been at least 3 weeks. And so we took her out of, in case anybody's new to this, one of my cleaning clients, it was his daughter's dog. She moved away, didn't take the dog. This Great Dane is going to be 10 years old in January. Well, later this month. So like the 24th of this month. And that's usually like the life expectancy of them. So right now we are making sure that she is on the correct medication, getting rid of her fungal ear infection and fungal skin infection. So it took like 3 weeks, but now I can pet her from her head to her tail and not be covered in like grease and skin flakes. So
that's good.
It's good.
I'm sure she's enjoying all the extra attention.
She loves everything. We have been we're taking basically Star Wars 101 in this house. So we decided to go through all of them on Disney Plus. Yeah. But we started with episode 1.
Oh, see, I have no problem with that. I grew up on Star Wars movies. I'm one of those people. I don't mind the original trilogy. I quite like the original trilogy.
Okay, the original one from like the 70s and 80s, I love.
The
1, 2, 3.
yes.
With Hayden Christensen. Oh.
Remove, take him out of the equation. It's great.
Thank you. He really is. It was a little bit of torture to watch. But storyline wise, I now understand what's going on in Star Wars. Finally. And that's the thing. Like, people all my life have mentioned Boba Fett. They've mentioned Mandalorian, like all these things. And I'm finally watching it going, oh, I see it in order.
But see, now you have to watch all the shows. They have the Clone Wars. They've got Star Wars Rebels. They've got Mandalorian now, which, oh, man, anybody
wonderful.
out there listening, watch Mandalorian, especially this past season.
Yeah.
That season finale. Oh.
It's so good. I thought it was so good.
Whoa.
I know. Look, I sat there crying because I'm that person. And I'm talking to Marcy, who's normally in here. She's not here right now, so I'm going to talk trash on her. She goes, they made that ending for people like you. And I was like, yep, they did it for people like me.
Slightly offended because I enjoyed that ending. I very much enjoyed the fanfare of this recent season.
Thank you. Same. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful.
But where do you go from this? Where do you go? I'm so excited.
I know. Well, and that's the thing. So now we're watching. So we got through, we did them all in order, got to the part where we ended, episode 6, and said, okay, so this is where Mandalorian chops in. And now we're at this. And so we're starting the new ones that came out with Kylo. Is it Kylo Ren?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I'm real bad at these names. So I was like, it's Rey, Kylo Ren. I'll get there. They're all new to me. But yeah, we're doing all that. And I'm like, oh, okay, this all makes sense now. And my only thing that I was mad about was in that first one, when Kylo Ren's sitting there and he's like, grandfather, I need your help. And they show the skull and it's got part of the helmet on it. And I'm like, here's the thing. I just saw the other one. He did not die with his helmet burned onto his head.
Details.
I just saw it happen.
Who needs them?
I know.
Certainly not Hollywood.
No. But anyway, that's where we're at. We're in Star Wars world. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, that's an endeavor, like trying to take on Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I've done that too. That's taken me like a month to actually watch all of them.
We did that this past summer because we were still in the old house, and we said that we were doing the MCU 101. We went through and watched all of them, including Ed Norton's Hulk. Mm-hmm.
I think that was the only one I didn't watch.
What's funny, look, so a lot of people watched Iron Man in theaters or whatever, and that's what got them into this, and they like remember that one. I remember seeing that Ed Norton Hulk and going, this is great. And then going back and seeing Iron Man and the other ones and going, oh, it all blends in. I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched the Hulk when I was a kid and then never connected the two.
Oh, man. Yeah. Right in there.
I mean, it doesn't get the credit it deserves.
No. Well, and that's the thing. Now, having watched them in order of whatever we were supposed to, I think we watched them chronological, not release date, based on storyline or whatever. So it made sense to us. Yeah. We watched in Hulk and I was like, okay, I can see how people think this is garbage now. But at the time, this was great. This was great. And Ed Norton, oh, he was so good. He's a little bit of a problem now, but it's whatever.
Who isn't nowadays?
Thank you.
I'll tell you who, Johnny Depp.
Oh, man.
You know,
that poor guy.
Did you know that he will not be reprising the role of Captain Jack Sparrow anymore?
Shit. Because of all this crap?
I was so mad. Yep. Disney did not re-sign him as Captain Jack Sparrow. And I was so furious.
So is that character just not going to be in it anymore?
Maybe in name only, I'd imagine.
Oh, that's hot. Oh, man. He's the whole point of watching those movies.
Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%.
Oy.
Like, I'm not going to lie. I liked Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, but...
Yeah. I know. Hey, I just saw Keira Knightley in Star Wars Episode 1. as
Oh
Queen
my gosh,
Amidala's
she was.
twin. Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. That's amazing.
Yeah, she's there for a hot minute. Well, and what's great is we're watching it and I was like, Trevor, get ready. That's Natalie Portman. That's Keira Knightley. No, that's Keira Knightley. That's Natalie Portman. That's not Natalie Portman. That's Keira Knightley. And he's like, how the hell do you know this? And I'm like, well, there's a dot here and their faces are different, but they look a lot alike.
Theater people chalking that up to your thespian nature.
I can tell when there's a double and when it's not the real person. That's why, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Oh my God. Okay, so that all being said, what's our next season about, John?
Our next season is Suspicious Deaths. And I hear that you are leading us today.
I am. I've got a good one. So I did a lot of Googling of suspicious deaths, weird deaths, mysterious deaths, and then I typed in 2020. And so this is the first one that popped up. It actually took place, we'll go through 2016, 17, 18, but the newest development and what's happened just in December. I think the article was like December 19th. So a month ago-ish. So I want to take y'all on this weird little ride that'll give you the heebie-jeebies and make you think twice about what you do with your elderly parents, basically.
All right.
Get ready. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let me skip that little intro and not give it away. 3 weeks before Christmas in 2017, Diane Delahunty spent the day visiting with her grown children at the Preston Place Senior Living Apartments in Plano, Texas. After lunch, her children went home, leaving the vibrant 79-year-old in her comfortable upscale apartment. The plan was for her kids to return later in the week to help her decorate her Christmas tree. But it never happened. 3 days later, Delahunty's daughter returned to the apartment to find her mother dead on the floor with a bump on her head. The family assumed that she had fallen out of bed and hit her head on the door frame, but they also noticed that her wedding and engagement rings were missing. So, let's see. Edward Delahunty says, I was angry. She was in good health, and I wanted to know why this happened. But now, the Delahunty family and many more like them are facing something even more tragic. According to the police, Delahunty's death was no accident, but instead the work of one of the most prolific serial killers in Texas history.
Ooh.
So, authorities have now charged former healthcare worker Billy, y'all this last name, Chemirmir, Chemirmir, Chemirmir. And I watched so many clips to try and get a pronunciation on this, and it seems like no one knows how to say it.
Like
so there was a Chemirmir, and I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna Chemirmir.
It sounds like a fancy wine or something. On the podcast.
Thank you.
1983 bottle of Chemirmir.
There you go. Oh, it's also the name of a kitty cat. Chemirmir. Mr. Chemirmir. So, authorities have now charged former healthcare worker Billy Chemirmir, age 47, in the deaths of Delahunty and 13 other elderly people in Dallas and Collin counties between 2016 and 2018. Civil lawsuits name him as a suspect in at least 8 more. So he used his healthcare experience to his advantage, targeting and exploiting seniors, some of the most vulnerable people in our community, said the Plano Police Chief Gregory Rushin in a March 2018 press conference, and said, this is terribly disturbing. No shit, it's disturbing. So I think we have a picture of Chemirmir.
Yes.
You can pop that up. He has pleaded not guilty, and his lawyers say that the cases against him are largely circumstantial, which sucks. But authorities say that they have a mountain of evidence against him, including surveillance video, DNA evidence, and even an eyewitness account of a 91-year-old woman who survived one of his alleged attacks. So good on her, 91, struggling, winning. He is a Kenyan immigrant with permanent resident status in the United States. So originally, a lot of the stories I saw was that he was an illegal immigrant and now he's killing people. And there was all this shit about this is why we shouldn't have illegal immigrants and blah, blah, blah. And then there's a whole other article saying, man's not an illegal immigrant. He has a residency card. He's allowed to be here.
And was he working at the, like,
So...
Okay. All right. Yes. We'll get to that.
I like it. So, kind of. So for the families of his alleged victims, that grief is a mixture of anger and just confusion on how this could happen and how it could go on for so long. And for one thing, most of the deaths were attributed to natural causes simply because the victims were elderly. And so oh no, which animal's coming in my door? You can come in.
Puppy?
Tom, come here. Oh. That was Tempe, not a ghost. It's Tempe. There she goes. Just burst on in. You can come in. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay. So yes, you expect people to die at senior living facilities eventually, right? But most of these were people that were not super frail or on the verge of death or anything like this. So that's why a lot of them like rang kind of alarm bells. Like, what's going on here? This person was perfectly fine 3 days ago. And now, anyway. So Paul Abramowitz, his 82-year-old mother, Joyce, was found dead in 2016. And he said, this was the perfect crime because you expect people in senior living facilities to die. And so when you find someone dead and it looks like they fell or something like that, you don't really question it, which is really disturbing. So then from the Dallas News, a suspected serial killer in Texas has now been linked to the murders of 24 elderly women in their care homes after investigators reopened the case files on at least 750 seniors who died unattended.
So this was in different care homes that...
Yes, 2 for sure that I'm aware of. We may find more as I keep talking because I pulled up some extra stuff. But yeah, there's 2 counties and they're North Texas, so Dallas area. Yeah. And so they went ahead and pulled 750 seniors who died unattended, pulled those records, and then they're finding similarities between some of them. So right now, he's been linked to 24 cases. And some of these articles I pulled were like, here's these 6. Well, here's 6 more. And now here's more. And it's like, oh, shit.
And you said this is still ongoing, correct? So like...
Yes. I know. So I think this article that I'm reading was from December, and it said on Tuesday, a Dallas County grand jury handed down 3 new capital murder indictments, taking his current total of 17. Like for sure, his current total is 17. He has also been linked through medical examiner records and civil filings in 7 other cases, making it 24. So... Jesus. These charges came after police previously said that they were looking into at least 750 seniors who died unattended during the period that Chemirmir was working in the region. So we'll see how many of those they can actually, with either like fingerprints, blood, something like that, link him to them. Let's see. It says Chemirmir, a Kenyan citizen who was living in the U.S. Illegally, and then I find the next article that says he was. Anyway, he is in jail in lieu of an $11.6 million bail.
Deep.
A little bit. He would allegedly dress as a maintenance worker or healthcare aide to get into the homes and kill his victims, whose deaths largely went uninvestigated at the time because they were assumed to have been natural causes due to their ages.
So then clearly these were also premeditated.
Yes. Yeah, he found a victim and he did it, like on purpose. He planned. He also used his healthcare experience to his advantage, targeting and exploiting seniors. And then, let's see. It seems like every unexplained death they come up with, they're pinning it on him. If you look at all of it, it doesn't stand up. So there's some people that are like, okay, now we're just taking advantage of the fact that we have this one guy when there could have been multiple killers, or some of these were truly, just sad accidents, Of course, we're going through all that.
How do you go about telling a family that, like, you might be one of 753 other families that, this guy might have murdered your grandmother or grandfather?
I know. You thought Nana just died from falling, but in reality, she may have been murdered. Yeah, I can't. No. Doris Wasserman, age 90, died in December 2017, and she was found fully clothed and unresponsive on her bed by her family. Margaret White, 86, died in August 2016, like a year previous, and the executor of her estate, Paul Wright, said that he noticed her apartment was missing her fine jewelry, including a wedding ring. And then that executor of her will said it's just a complete violation of trust. We have to question how facilities are run. Because, yeah, how do you not notice that this guy's not on your staff or not supposed to be working that shift? It's not like he did it on his shift.
Well, I mean, my dad is he's pretty old. He spends a lot of time, in hospitals and stuff. There are so many people that walk around some of these facilities that I fully believe that somebody could just walk in dressed in scrubs and I mean it could be another doctor from another facility for all you know that's just filling in for the day.
Right. God, or a person in training, or I was here visiting my aunt down the hall. It's a little
you just really don't know.
Joyce Abramowitz, 82, died in July 2016, so 3 months after reporting the theft of the jewelry. And after she died, her son reported that a safe was missing. And so, her son says it looks like the guy went shopping each week at the Tradition. And the Tradition is the place where their living facility is called the Tradition. So the Tradition Prestonwood told the paper that it, quote, regards all of our residents as family and, quote, has cooperated with the authorities and will continue to do so. So, additionally from the Dallas News, Chemirmir was not an unauthorized immigrant. According to a statement from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, he does have permanent resident status. So here's what we know about his past and immigration status. According to the Daily Nation, one of Kenya's largest newspapers, Chemirmir came to the United States in the late 90s after a sister arranged a visa for him and other siblings. And then in 2004, he married in Denton County, so that's in Texas, Dallas-Denton area. The couple divorced in Dallas County in 2006. And then he has been arrested twice on charges of driving while intoxicated. So in 2010 in Addison and in 2011 in Dallas. He was arrested on a family violence charge in 2012 and sentenced to 70 days in the Dallas County Jail. So to me, each one of these is just a little bit of an escalation.
Yeah, kind of.
Whether he knows it.
Warning signs along the way. Did you, in your research, did they talk about anything about his previous life in Kenya as far as criminal background?
Not that I found. Not that I'm aware of. I know. Unless it's that very last thing that I pulled up and added, I don't think so. So I guess we'll soon. I know, because you would think this, as an adult coming here, he would have already had, teenager kind of problems, right?
Something.
Let's see. Yeah, right. In June 2016, he was arrested on a criminal trespass charge after showing up at Edgemere, a high-end senior living facility complex in Dallas, where authorities now believe he killed 2 women the month before. He was sentenced to 70 days in the Dallas County Jail, but was released on good behavior after 12 days.
He killed 2 elderly women, and you only get sentenced 70 and served 12.
Yeah. Our system works real good. There's no problems.
That's interesting.
Also kind of shows you the value we put on our elderly, because if he had killed 2 little blonde white girls, it wouldn't have been just 70 days. But he killed 2 elderly women. Michelle Saenz Rodriguez.
That's just as bad as murdering a child. I mean, it's defenseless,
Yes, that's what I think.
Murder in general is bad. Put that out there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But
thank you. I appreciate you clarifying.
Putting it out on record. I don't agree with murder. It's not okay, guys.
There you go. Y'all heard it here first. Murder's bad. We don't condone.
We do enjoy the stories.
Yes. Yes. Let's see. So Michelle Saenz Rodriguez, a Dallas immigration attorney, said that those previous charges wouldn't be enough to deport him, though. So in 2004, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that DWI convictions aren't enough to deport someone. Assault, too, is not a deportable offense, although domestic violence is. Uh-huh. You can get away with a whole lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with our judicial system or anything.
No, everything's fine. Nothing needs to be changed at all. It's fine. Sarcasm for those just listening and not watching us. So from the NBC Dallas-Fort Worth, like in previous cases, all three women were believed to have been suffocated with a pillow or choked to death prior to being robbed, though the exact nature of their death is unknown. And then investigators claim that Chemirmir posed as a maintenance worker to gain access to the women's apartments and later sold or pawned their jewelry. So Abramowitz died in July 2016, White was August 2016, and Wasserman was 2017. Last summer, the family of Abramowitz and White joined 4 other families whose loved ones died in a 3-month span in a lawsuit against the Dallas Senior Living Center, claiming that it failed when it came to security and repeatedly allowed a serial killer to enter the property. Because they did.
I mean, to be fair, though, imagine just walking through Walmart. Maybe you accidentally bump into a serial killer.
Can you imagine? Oh, can you imagine getting murdered in Walmart? Oh.
That's why I don't shop during Black Friday.
Oh, my God. Did you know, side note, there's a website, and it's, I think, blackfridaydeathcount.com.
Of course.
And, yeah. And this year, there was only one. There was only one death Black Friday.
Well, that's because they didn't account for PS5 death.
Thank you. That's so bad. Oh my God. Let me see. Last summer, okay, we did all that. The lawsuit says that Abramowitz's unit was burglarized in April, and then she was found dead 3 months later. So if they had done anything about that burglary and started maybe checking records, who came in, check your cameras, who was there. Oh my God, the cat now. Yeah, casually shut that door behind you. I swear I don't have ghosts. I swear I don't have ghosts.
Whatever you do to sleep at night, Ange.
Oh my God.
We all understand.
Stop it. That's horrible. So in December 29th.
On a quick side note, this morning I wake up, all right? It's 4:20 in the morning. It's pitch black. And
good Lord.
And I walk out of my bedroom into the kitchen, grab some water before I get ready for work, and here I could not find it, but a toy was laughing.
Nope.
Could not find it.
No, that's horrible.
Couldn't find it. Spent 5 minutes looking. I'm like, all right. I'm gonna pretend like it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Can you imagine if your alarm for your phone was set as demonic child laughter?
I'd rather not pee my pants in order to wake up. I think there's the great team.
Lola. Yes, there's our Lola. Look, she's letting Tomp out. And there goes Sealy. Okay. Y'all, I live in a zoo. Do you see all this? Yes. Shake your big floppy ears. Hi. Come here, Lola. Come here. This is Lola.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
Thank you. And she's so big. No, I think one of our neighbors is still shooting off fireworks because they're all inconsiderate dickbags. So, because today's what, the 6th, 5th? Where are we?
4th.
4th, 6th, 5th in my mind. It's too late. They were all supposed to have been shot off on the 31st. Okay, Kat, come here so I can wrap this up. Come on.
There were people, we heard fireworks going off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yay, same. Why?
Do you not understand how fireworks do you not understand how this works?
No. Well, and that's all I could think. I was like, maybe they just have Roman candles and black cats? Is that just noisemakers?
But I mean, these were big booms.
Oh, God. So no.
Oh, no.
Not just no.
So confused.
No. I know. That's the same. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Okay, let me wrap this up. Let's see. So we are doing in December 2019, the Wasserman's family filed a separate lawsuit against the Tradition Prestonwood living and care facility, saying that she did not die from natural causes and the facility failed to provide adequate security to the residents. The lawsuit also says after Wasserman's death, $8,500 worth of jewelry was determined to be missing from her apartment.
Jesus. A lot of jewelry.
It's a lot of jewelry. Or at least 6 really good pieces. I think 6 really good pieces will total that. So of course, the Tradition Prestonwood said in a statement last year that it regards all of our residents as family and they're going to do whatever. So those rulings stood for more than 27 months. The Tradition Prestonwood has cooperated with all the authorities and they'll continue to do so. And then many of the deaths now attributed to Chemirmir were initially listed as natural causes. We've been through all that because there was no suspicion or foul play. However, after a woman who lived at the Preston Place in Plano survived an attack in March, that's the 90-year-old, Chemirmir was identified as a suspect and arrested. Information from that investigation ultimately led to detectives investigating him for multiple deaths as they had began reviewing hundreds of natural death cases to identify any other potential death victims. Because, yeah, you smother someone that's in an elder care facility, it looks like they just died in their sleep.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is like, if anything, that was kind of a smart way to go about doing it because nobody's going to do an autopsy. Nobody's going to be able to tell.
Isn't that fucked up, though? I would, for me, I'm like, I know it costs money, but like, do a post-mortem. See if their trachea was smashed.
I don't think most families want to go through all the extra.
No.
The extra torment with that.
Well, and you trust that this facility is taking care of your parents. They have good security and nothing like this could ever happen.
That's true.
My dad
is in a rehab facility right now. I mean, I'm trusting that they're taking care of him.
Right? And he's not getting weird visitors late at night when he's not supposed to. Like,
yeah. And even now during COVID, they only allow 2 people to be on a registry to visit a patient.
Okay.
But
yeah,
it's not like they escort you to the room. You just say,
that's true.
You just walk up to the front desk, say, I'm going to this room to see this person. They take your temperature, give you a little band. They send you on your merry way. I could walk around the whole rehab facility, pop in whatever room I feel like.
And here's the thing, like that's a slippery slope too, because I don't want them investigating every single person and being crazy about it, right? But like,
because most people are there to just relax,
visit a family member. Yeah, I know. Also, hi Marissa. Hello.
Oh.
Let's see. Hello. Okay. Yes, you're right. We're on. Yes. Let's see. So in July of 2019, NBC5 spoke with the families of Juanita Purdy, Leah Corkin, and Glenna Day. These are great names. Glenna Day. All women who lived on the 4th floor of the Tradition Prestonwood in Dallas and whose families believe that they were victims of Chemirmir after they suddenly died during a 3-month span in 2016. So the families filed a lawsuit and claimed the senior living facility failed when it came to security, of course, and all that. And in February of 2020, the families of 2 other women, Ann Conklin and Miriam Nelson, who are also suspected victims of Chemirmir, filed a separate lawsuit saying that the Preston Place retirement community put their family members at risk by putting profits over people and by not taking necessary steps to protect their loved ones. Do you have that photo of the victims that we can pop up to? But for me, these lawsuits, like y'all are asking in the lawsuits for necessary steps and you're putting profits over. Does that mean like having lax security at night? Like you're not paying security guards to save on money, or I don't.
And here's the other thing. I'm looking at these pictures. most serial killers obviously have not only an MO but a type. I mean, it doesn't really seem he had a type.
It was just old ladies with jewelry.
Looks like one.
Oh, yes, and one guy. Forget that. I think he's in there. Hold on. Preston Place has previously refused to comment on ongoing litigation. So that's the second one. Karen Harris and her husband, Dallas Cowboy Hall of Fame Cliff Harris, said that the senior living community ignored troubling activities and said that Billy Chemirmir visited her late mother, Miriam Nelson, 2 days before her death. She said, quote, "This man entered wearing rubber gloves, nicely dressed, and said he was there to check for a leak, and she immediately was on guard because he was not any of the maintenance men that she knew." So as soon as he left, Miriam said that she reported the suspicious man to management, then her daughter Karen, yet her family said that the information was never shared with residents or police. So Karen Harris said it was only after her mother's death that they learned other residents had reported Chemirmir trespassing on the property in the prior months, but that information was not shared by management. And then Jenny Bassett also said that she discovered the body of her mother, Ann Conklin, on the floor of her apartment just days after the death of Miriam Nelson. And then I believe this is the article from 2020. Somewhere in here. So as of Wednesday, Chemirmir was still being held in the Dallas County Jail with bail set at $11.6 million, and that amount may be raised with additional indictments. So they're scared, of course, that he would flee back to Kenya. So to date, he has been indicted on 17 capital murder charges for the deaths of Leah Corkin, Juanita Purdy, Mary Brooks, Minnie Campbell, Ann Conklin, Rosemary Curtis, Norma French, Doris Gleason, Lou T. Harris, Carolyn McPhee, Miriam Nelson, Phyllis Payne, Phoebe Perry, Martha Williams, Joyce Abramowitz, Margaret White, and Doris Wasserman. So I'm not sure who the guy in the picture is. Sorry, y'all. He has also been linked through medical examiner reports and civil case filings in 7 other deaths, bringing that total to 24 in North Texas, according to the Dallas Morning News. And a capital murder charge in Texas carries one of 2 punishments, so either the death penalty or life in prison without the possibility of parole. And in 2019, the Office of Dallas County District Attorney John Creuzot filed paperwork indicating that they intended to seek the death penalty in the case of it's Luthi Harris, who died March 20th. In the past, Chemirmir's attorney has told NBC5 that his client maintains he's innocent of the charges.
Oh, well, of course.
And then in December of 2019, State Rep Jared Patterson, Frisco, filed an HB 723, which would require officials to notify next of kin when a death certificate is amended. So at least one family member told the Dallas Morning News that she had no idea authorities suspected her mother was murdered and that her death certificate was amended to undetermined until a list of potential victims was made public.
That's just adding extra families that have lost a lot. And between the death penalty and life in prison, I mean, let's be honest here, is there really a difference? Because most people sit on death row for ever.
Yeah. And it really is just cost, because I believe it's more expensive to kill somebody than it is to keep them alive for
Really?
For life imprisonment. Yeah. I don't know why, but I believe I've heard that. So I went to college at Sam Houston State, which is right next to the Walls Unit in Huntsville, Texas. And it was one where outside of my dorm window, a block down, you could see the Walls Unit. And most of the kids I was there for school with were either doing criminal justice or education. And one of the other things I learned was that the criminal justice building where they were taking their classes was actually built by inmates. And they didn't tell the inmates what they were building. And they did a big grand unveiling. And they were like, and this is where we will train all of your new prison guards. Thank you for helping us build this facility.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Can we do more
Texas.
of that? Texas has got to go on.
Let me see. Cost of life in prison. Hey, while I look this up,
yes,
can you tell people where they can find us online?
You can find us at Crushed and Pressed on Facebook. Obviously, if you're watching this right now, you're already subscribed to us. If not, like, share, subscribe. We go live every Monday and Thursday. We got a bunch of cool stuff that we always do. Post some pictures, some different articles. We currently have a competition with one winning spot remaining. Can you solve my cipher? I took
Yay!
One of our super fans, Marcy, like not even 2 days to solve it, and also one of Angie's friends' husband.
It was Julie.
Or it was Julie's.
Yeah, Julie's husband solved it, yeah.
Julie's husband solved it. So kudos to both of you. I hate you, but also love you so much for supporting the podcast. Really hoping it would take people longer. Can also follow us YouTube, where we also go live, same time as Facebook. So that's Crushed and Pressed. You go to crushedandpressed.com, boom, link straight to our YouTube channel. We are also on Instagram. We are on Twitter. Angie and Flip are always posting some really cool stuff there too. We're also on all your basic podcatchers. Spotify, Google Play, I think. Not Google Play, but
I don't remember all the names. I'm sorry.
I don't remember.
That's okay. Go check our graphic that we posted on Friday.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but we're probably on your most favorite podcatcher.
You did it. Yay!
And,
oh my god!
Thank you all for joining us for episode 1, season 5.
Yay!
And welcome to 2021.
Yeah, I know, right? So what I found was in Florida, enforcing the death penalty costs $51 million a year more than it would have to give all first-degree murderers life in prison without parole. And then in North Carolina, the death penalty cases cost $2.16 million per execution more than sentencing murderers to life imprisonment. And there's a whole hell of a lot of cost involved with doing the lethal injection. And then I don't know what else, but like that's what I'm finding is, let's see, in Louisiana, the odds of a death sentence were 97% higher for those oh no, that's just a whole separate thing. But yeah, the cost is so much more to kill people.
So backwards.
I know, you would think. Well, we got rid of that whole thing where you just take them out back and shoot them.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that.
Nope. I am still of the opinion that whatever you did to somebody should be done to you. But I want to make sure you're 100% guilty before we do it to you.
True. Because an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind.
There you go. Yeah, I know. Ugh. So that's, yeah.
Catch-22,
that's
really.
Where with that. I know. Let me see if there was any last-minute thoughts on this. So I found, I would say the list of that. There's all sorts of lawsuits, of course, and oh God, somebody said it looked like a killing field, and that was the families, 3 of the families speaking out after they look at. So a lot of the evidence that they used to find him guilty and tie him to some of these was cell phone records and being able to pinpoint his location, not just to the facility, but sometimes to the specific room that he was in for hours at a time. And then noticing that each one of these had jewelry or valuables stolen, and then they were murdered. Or, same time they were murdered and jewelry was stolen. So it's very clear that he had a plan. It's like, well, these people are here. No one's going to miss them. Dead. Let me take all your stuff and go about my business.
And I guess that was probably how he chose his targets, was just rich-looking elderly people.
Yeah. You see jewelry, you see family. Ugh. And then for me, like, this was so interesting because normally, like with nursing care facilities and stuff, you'll hear about angels of death. And it's the nurses and stuff that are injecting people and mercy killing and stuff like that. And in their head, they're hearing voices or whatever that's telling them to kill certain people. This guy was straight up just doing it to get
just
money and jewelry and stuff. Yeah. Which, not used to hearing that, and then getting away with this many, and then it leads to having to be like, well, let's look into these other 800 whatever cases and see if maybe he's linked to these as well. It's a lot. I know.
That's too much.
I know. Okay. Well, that's all I had on that. So I was going to say, do you have any questions or thoughts?
Yeah. I agree with you. Take him out back, you know? End it real quick.
Be done with it. Seems like we should steal all of his jewelry and smother him with a pillow.
That
is too easy. And that's the thing too. A lot of these, like when you think nursing home facilities, like you walk in, there's a hallway, there's rooms. A lot of these were a little bit more than that. They're higher end apartment type situations.
You said there were apartments and like various floors.
And like condos, or they have their own little tiny house on property, that kind of situation. Yeah. And a lot of them, let me see, ages 83, 82, 88, 84, 82, 75. I think Doris was the oldest one, 92. And she's the one that, or no, Phyllis, Doris, one of them's 91, one's 92. But a lot of women that still had their wits about them and still had family coming to visit them and stuff that was easily noticed, versus somebody who's completely incapacitated in a care facility and like, in a vegetative state.
Right. You think that would be, I mean, not to put it this way, but an easier target,
I know. More likely target for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. But yeah. So you're welcome all. Sorry for all that. It's a little depressing.
Always a fun and pleasant time here at Crest.
Well, and for me, I'm like, if one thing good's going to come out of 2020, let's go ahead and wrap up all these loose end kind of situations that are still out there. Let's file some shit. Let's get this paperwork done. We're all stuck at home. Why don't we, get this shit done?
Right. Isn't there like that, while everybody's stuck at home, there's the Super Sleuth site, or what's the site called?
Yeah. Flip.
You and Flip talked about it, like at the beginning of the very beginning of the podcast.
I know. It's not Web Sleuths.
Is it a Web Sleuths?
I can't remember. Is it Web Sleuth? That sounds right.
I think it's Web Sleuths that people can go and
you got people like me that can just go on there and here's what we're looking for. Here's the information that we have. What else can you do? And I go on websites and start looking up stuff and see what I can find.
I'm going to call out Marcy because she's so good at ciphers and the Hunt-A-Killer that I think she could solve a cold case.
Oh my God. Be like, here you go. I know in all your free time, you want to get involved in this. Just like,
Marcy, okay. I don't think we've ever met, but I'm calling you out. Solve a cold case and then tell us about it.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, so y'all, real quick before we leave, make sure you go to our Facebook page because it's there and not on Instagram. And that's where you can find this cipher game thing. What are you calling it? The puzzle that John made?
Yeah, we're gonna call it a cipher. Cipher puzzle. I don't know.
Yes. Well, and that's the thing. I think I put on there that every Tuesday we were going to give you guys a hint to get it moving along. I don't think I need to give a hint.
No, we had 3 winning slots. 2 of them have already been taken. You guys are going to make me do another one so quickly. I had anticipated it lasting at least a week or 2. I'm so proud of y'all, but at the same time, my feelings are so hurt.
Well, and meanwhile, I'm sitting here. He sends it to us early, and I'm reading through it going, yeah, I don't get this. Because I went through and overthought each piece of that puzzle. And I was like, I can't even pretend. I don't know where I'm at. And you told me what it was, and I went, oh, shit, I just overthought it. Like every single one I overanalyzed. And was like, took us to a place it didn't need to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just chilling there over the weekend, and you messaged the Slack. Somebody solved it. And I was like, no, not possible.
No. I know. Well, what cracked me up too is when Julie's like, I showed it to my husband. He got it in like 2 seconds. And I'm like, oh my God. She goes, well, I messaged it to the podcast. And I go, follow the instructions, email it in. I will follow the instructions and email it in. I was like, thank you so much. Jeez Louise.
I agree that he got it so quickly.
Chris. Good job, Chris.
Speaking of ciphers, did you hear that the last Zodiac Killer cipher was recently decoded?
I heard, but tell us more. Tell us what you know.
Partially decoded. So there was this group of 3 guys that, ever since I think they started in 2006 or something, started writing code to try to decipher. I forget what cipher number it was, but it was the last cipher that the Zodiac Killer had sent out. They've been trying to decode it. Nobody for 14 years, or no, I mean, they've been at it for 14 years, but 30 plus years, 30, 40 years.
It's a long time, yeah, you're right. Time. More than 10.
Nobody's been able to decipher it, and I forget, I'll have to look it up again, and I'll talk to you guys about it on Thursday, but they wrote a whole program about it and everything, and realized that he had made a mistake in the cipher he built. That's why nobody could decode it.
Great. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Guys, if you want your codes to get solved, you have to do them correctly.
But there's still no like definitive clues as to who he might be or whatever. But they're still working on it because there's like a cipher within the cipher for this one. But they started cracking it after 14 years. These 3 guys across like different like countries or something.
Wow.
Wrote their own code.
Look, make friends on the internet. Crack codes.
It's amazing. I'll see. It was actually a video. I'll see if I can. I'll find it, and then we'll post it to the Crush and Press page on Facebook. Follow us there.
Thank you.
Boom. And
yes,
then
please.
We'll talk about it more on Thursday.
That sounds good. Yeah. So you guys, that's all we got. And we will see you again on Thursday. And we're going to be doing, it's not called 'Tis the Season, but it's 'Tis the Season.
'Tis the season. 'Tisn't the season any longer.
There you go. 'Tisn't the season.
But same time, same great place. You know how to reach us?
Yeah. Yes. Which way is it? Is it down?
Above us. Above me and above you.
There we go.
Oh.
Like this way? This way? This way?
Yeah, there you
it's
go.
Up. Thank you for checking the pointing.
I had to look over at this screen, not over at this screen.
I'm like, where are you? Are you over here? Are you over here? That's so bad.
Too many screens. Joey has this perfectly set up, but it's too good. Too good, Joseph.
Too advanced. And then y'all check out, I would say, our Instagram and our Facebook. We posted a picture of our whole crew, the Pigeon Gang, and then your Crush and Press team. We took some fancy little photos, and I think that's a good one. We all look real cute. So go find that, give us a like. And then, of course, thank you to the Last Electric Rodeo for letting us use their song Bronze Age of Horror at the end of each one of our episodes. If you want to learn more about them, go to lastelectricrodeo.com or find them on Facebook at Last Electric Rodeo. That's it.
That's it, guys. All right. See you Thursday.
Yay.
Out, Cub Scouts.
Woo! Bye.